Ruotolo is a man of patience, slowly smoking his barbecue for hours.
It's the only way when it comes to barbecue. There's a lot of care and passion that goes into it, and it shows.
Taking his time to be sure his pizza dough is just right.
We make that dough, we ferment it for a couple days, and that gives us our signature fluffy crust that everyone loves.
And meticulously making sure his beer is brewed to perfection.
We convert a grain from a starch to a sugar, and then boil it with our hops, and then we cool that back down, add yeast, and 2 weeks later, we got beer. You cannot rush barbecue, you cannot rush beer, you cannot rush dough. If you rush it, it won't work, so it's best to take your time.
And you'll find that all good things come to those who wait at Border Brewery and BBQ. Hidden in the back of this strip mall in Salem, New Hampshire, Border Brewery and BBQ is a come-as-you-are kind of place where everything is made with the power of fire, from their wood-fired pizza to their top-notch barbecue.
Everything's cooked on the fire, and that brings a little bit more of a passion to it. You know, you have to not only feed the fires, you have to watch the fires and know the temperature. So it's very much a feel type of cooking. Kind of like Nana in the kitchen, a little of this, a little of that. They just know how to do it.
And much like Nana's house, it's cozy and comfortable. There's a wooden bar in the back, lots of seating, including these high tops made out of whiskey barrels, and all of those tempting aromas.
The first thing they're gonna say is we smelt it before we found it. Yeah, that smoke goes right down 28, and it's like the fly to the light.
Since you can smell it from the streets, let's start with some of Border's good old slow-smoked barbecue. And according to Joe, the best way to get a little bit of everything is by ordering a barbecue sampler for the table.
It comes with a half a pound of brisket, half a pound of pulled pork, half a rack of ribs, and you can choose 2 sides, and then you can also add the burnt ends to it. And the burnt ends are highly desirable. It's the first thing to go. The burnt ends is the point part of the brisket. The point is the fattier part and more tender, and they come out like these little chunky pieces of awesomeness. We make a St. Louis style rib. A rib that's done just right should pull off the bone, not rip off the bone or fall off the bone. I feel that we got that down to a science and we're doing it right.
And while the meat's a treat, there's something to be said about the sides, like their version of Mexican street corn or dreamy, creamy smoked mac and cheese. This southern staple is so good, people often order it by the bowl, topped with Joe's perfectly executed brisket. And the smokiness of the cheese and the brisket make for one mouth-watering meal.
It's gonna add more of a depth to it. It's gonna have more of a flavor. It's gonna have that smoky barbecue appeal to it.
Other barbecue items include a tasty Frito pie made with a combination of sweet and hot sausage, kidney beans, and plenty of corn chips. Or this unique take on a pulled pork sandwich served on a cornbread waffle.
It's a square cornbread waffle. Everyone's like, what is a cornbread waffle? I'm like, it's cornbread in the shape of a waffle. It's a soft bite. You get the savory of the sauce, and then you get that cornbread texture. Everyone should try it. It's unique to us.
On the pizza side, there are crispy pies made with a dough you won't find anywhere else.
The dough is a proprietary blend. We actually use our own yeast from the beer process. We have a wood-fired pizza oven. We cook at about 800 degrees, which is very fast. And of course, we had to make our dough specific to the ovens.
There's no better way to enjoy a pizza at Border than one topped with brisket. This flavor bomb combines their succulent smoked brisket with house-made barbecue sauce and lots of cheese. And for another protein Joe has a passion for, try this one topped with jerk chicken.
We have a love for the islands, and jerk chicken is just another word for barbecue. So we incorporated jerk chicken. We do jerk chicken wings, very authentic, very similar to what you would see on the streets of Jamaica. You get that jerk chicken zest, and you get that hit of spice and pepper, but it's not overwhelming because you have the dough to kind of balance it out.
If you're looking to cool down your palate after all of that peppery goodness, you could reach for some of their signature craft beer or hit up their unique take on the espresso martini made with Parmesan cheese.
That's our spin on the espresso martini. So what it does is it adds a creaminess to it, and there's a little bit of a salt to it. You really won't taste the cheese per se, but it was gonna give it a creaminess to it. And it's but it works.
And for Joe, good things do take time, but he wouldn't have it any other way.
We get here at about 4:30 in the morning, and whether it's snowing or raining, or whether it's 100 degrees out and humid, we're doing it. And that's what I did this for. It's to put smiles on people's face through food and hard work, and that's the best part of it all. That's what keeps us going.